One of the best gifts I ever got when I was travelling was this, which is a stove made out of a simple drinks can. So in this video what we're going to do is learn how to make it with a little bit of help from my friend Armin, and about 10 minutes of your time.
Well, we're going to be making some alcohol stoves, and there's many different kinds of alcohol stoves, but I found that this design, it would be the best for traveling and specifically for boiling. Very efficient with fuel and very easy to make. Just one can, pocket knife, and if you have a pair of scissors, it'll be a cleaner job. This is a nice pocket knife. First step is you cut the top off. Kind of wiggle it a bit. Okay, so you hold it quite firmly and you just slowly work your way around.
There's an easy mistake to make at this point, doing the initial cutting, which I made the first time I was trying to make it. So this is how to do it properly.
Instead of cutting at this lower ridge, you cut along this top part here, where the aluminum is very rigid and supported by this fold here. And what you find is that it will cut much more easily. It won't be bending and crimping the aluminum as you're cutting. There you go, top cut off very cleanly. There it is. Nice.
And you can use the leftover top to play tiddlywinks if you like.
Sure, of course. Also you don't need a big can. You can do this with a small can. This is just what we had to drink today. Next step, very simple, is to just cut it in half. This is where the scissors make things a little easier. So you can make your stove as big as you want. The bigger you make it, the more fuel you'll have. But I found the optimum size to be, just about this big here. Okay, it's pretty even. Now the size of the bottom will determine the size of the top. So what you want is it to come right there. So you want to cut that can right about right there. See how that goes? Alright. So it'll come about right there. That's just fine. So what you do is you take two fingers, place it underneath, and then you just slightly dent, and a tiny dent up top, right there, just a bit into the ridge. Small dent here, bigger dent on the bottom. You don't want a big dent on the top. Just come over one finger space, you do it again. You do this all the way around. And essentially you're creating these pockets for your alcohol fuel to fill with vapor. And these are your little combustion chambers, you could say, of the stove. There we go. Creates a pattern like that. When that is finished, you take your bottom piece and it should just slide right into place. And there's just one more little thing you have to do and your stove is complete. You have to make a little hole. You can do it with a thumbtack, with anything really. Place your finger behind there, and I wouldn't apply much pressure. You just want to move it. At this phase you might push too hard and punch right through and make a big hole, a big gash through your can. You really just move it back and forth. You don't really put a lot of pressure until you feel it with your index finger on the other side. You feel that you've came through, and it doesn't have to be very big, just a little hole like that. Maybe we light them up.
So the stove runs on pure alcohol, which you'll find in pharmacies in most countries. You might find it under the name rubbing alcohol, or medical alcohol, or possibly surgical spirit.
This is 96% medical alcohol, bought at your pharmacy for 50 cents. You know. So it really doesn't take very much. We're just going to fill a little bit. Of course, if you're cooking, you intend to cook something like a big meal or rice or beans and such, you would fill it a bit more. There we go.
Two cups of tea in there.
Oh yeah, that's a big jasmine. That's a big pot of beans. Enough for a good hearty meal. Let's have 5 minutes. 5 minutes, maybe 5.5.
Very important things to know: how to turn the stove off and how to store it so it doesn't get damaged.
So you can't just blow the flame out; it'll just burn harder. You have to smother the flame. So we're just gonna smother it with this plastic container. And there it goes out. It cools very fast. You can touch it within a few seconds. You see, there's quite a lot of fuel in there. Yeah. So what you do is you just slide the top off if you want to remove the fuel, and you just take this and you pour your fuel right back into your container. There you go. And you're ready to stow your stove. You can put it right in here. There's your self-contained little kitchen. Lightweight. It's for free. All of this is recycled material. Yeah, it's
magic.
Yeah.
So that's all there is to it. The best gift I ever received on the road. Needless to say, we are working with fire, so all the usual safety precautions should apply. And I hope you enjoy using it.